welcome back to another video. You're going to have to excuse the state of me in this one. I'm still ill, and it's actually gotten worse since the last video. I feel like it's kind of just coming to fruition now, and I have just got a cold, but it's nothing bad. I'm just feeling quite run down. My sleep hasn't been amazing. Sore throat, very bunged up nose, but it's fine. It's not like we're going into the heaviest week of the block or anything. No, it'll be fine. So we're going into week 4. Start of week 4 today. So we've got heavy deadlifts is like the main focus of today's session. But before that, I have also got heavy squats and heavy bench, but that's fine. I'm kind of feeling more prepped. Like the last week or so, I haven't really been feeling willing to put the work in. Like obviously I've still got everything done as I should, but haven't really felt motivated, wanting to commit, like push myself. But I feel like I know it's the final week of the block. It's final push. It's final week of 7s on squat. I need to just get in, suck it up, and yeah, get it done. So that's the kind of mindset I'm going in with. But yeah, I don't feel fantastic, so I'm just going to be kind to myself, and if I need a longer rest break than normal, I'm going to have it. But I should be fine, I think. Nothing's like crazy. I am going for a PB on squats, I think, today, if I remember rightly from the programme. Just like a rep PB, but it'll be fine. So I'm just going to go in and get it done. But yeah, so it's like 1:15, so I'm actually on track to train in good time today. I need to do a food shop this evening, so I thought rather than doing it before I train, I'm going to save it for after to make me train earlier. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. So now I'm going to head to my parents, going to train in it. Well, I've got to have a meal when I get there, and then I'm going to train a couple of hours after. I might stop and get a Monster on the way there. I have already had one this morning, but I feel like I need the caffeine boost just purely to like give me some energy and get me ready to train. So yeah, probably going to stop off somewhere and get one on the way. But yeah, I'm rambling for no reason. This is really not interesting. So I'm going to head there now, and I'll check in with you when I start training.
We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want, this time I won't take it to the heart, cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want, let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out. We've heard it all before. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, so let's move on. 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 We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a...
Okay, so I am over the moon with squats. I have just not been in the mood to work hard and push myself this whole block, and I think it is because I was dreading this squat day, the entire block. Because I remember when I hit, so my PB set of 7 until today was 150. I hit 3 blocks ago, and I remember it moved okay. Like it wasn't like really grindy or anything, but I just remember feeling horribly gassed after. And I knew I had to beat that today. And it was only 2.5 PB, basically because this block is 4 weeks rather than 5. I didn't want to overreach, so I'm chipping my PBs by 2.5. Also because last block, my final week of squats was like pretty much max effort, especially my 185 single. I thought rather than keep chasing like 5 kilo rep PBs on everything at the end of each block like I have been the rest of the off season, I would just go for 2.5 chips now. Basically just to keep progression going but without overreaching anything. So I've been dreading this 152 set of 7, especially because the last 2 weeks my 7s have gassed me, and they've been lightweights. I've been taking bigger jumps week on week, so rather than jumping 5 kilos every week like I normally do, I've been jumping 7.5. So actually the weeks leading up to this week have been significantly easier, well, a decent amount easier than they normally would be, but I've still been completely gassed after them. And that's because I've been ill, but going into this session knowing that I'm still ill, and actually I probably feel worse in myself than I have the last 2 weeks, I wasn't excited about it, to be honest. But I think the last 2 weeks I've had podcasts on while I train, and I've just come in and I've not tried to force any hype or force any aggression behind my lifts or anything. I've just come in, put podcasts on, trained calm, just literally trained calm, taking it 1 rep at a time. And then today I forced myself to come in, put some music on and actually get myself hyped. Like, I've actually gone and got myself, when I say hyped as well, I mean like hyped for me, like more internally hyped than anything. And it worked. That 152 set of 7 was so comfortable. The last rep of any of my rep work never looks brilliant, but I genuinely think I could have squatted that for 10 today, and it wouldn't have been max effort. Like, that was so comfortable, and I wasn't really gassed after either. I still had a good chunk of rest, just because I know I am ill and I don't want to overdo it, especially because Saturday is my main session. I need to save energy for that, so I don't want to kill myself off today, make myself more ill or anything. So yeah, I did 152 for 7, and it moved really, really well, really comfortably. And then I did 140 for 2 sets of 7. It took all of my effort to convince myself to do 2 sets, because last block I think I only did 1 set of 7 on this day, because I want to trial pulling back and see how it made me feel on the final day of the block. And while it did make me feel good, I don't think it made me feel any better. And I'm still far enough out from comp that pushing the secondary day still is going to help me force more adaptation when it comes to comp time. Like, this isn't the block where I need to be at my absolute strongest. That's in 2 blocks time, so I can still afford to build up extra fatigue on this secondary day if it means helping force more adaptation ready for the coming blocks and comp and stuff. Hopefully that makes a bit of sense. So yeah, I did 2 sets of 7, but to be honest, the first set of 7 at 140, it felt janky. I could tell I was fatigued from the top set. It didn't feel smooth, but my God, did it feel comfortable. It felt so, so easy, especially considering it didn't feel smooth and my movement pattern felt a bit off. And as soon as I racked it, I was like, I have to do my second set. There's no excuses here. This was so comfortable. So I've done 2 sets of 7s by back offs. Normally I would do 3, but again, end of the block, I'm not going to push too much. Save a bit of energy for Saturday, so I just did 2 sets. But yeah, that squat's very, very happy. My mood has just like skyrocketed. Gonna bench before I run out of energy though, and I've still got heavy deadlifts to go. So let's bench.
Again. And tell me what you want. This time I won't take it to the heart, 'cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want. Let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out. We've heard it all before. It's alright. Hey, it's alright. Hey, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright, so let's move on. 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 Alright, so let's move on.
Okay, so just finished bench. I am so, so happy. So bench is the one where I have to really kind of taper back on the final week of the block, because I respond really well to heavy rep work. But obviously if I'm doing heavy rep work, then my singles are going to be more fatigued. So normally, because it's normally a 5-week block that I do, Weeks 1 to 4, I push the rep work like crazy, and then week 5, I pull the rep work back, and then just kind of focus on my main singles and rep work on the final session, which is the Saturday session of the week 5. So I basically just pulled it back a week for this week 4. So the other thing as well is I push my accessories super hard from weeks 1 to 4 normally, and then week 5 again I pull them back massively. So I've done that, but for 4 weeks this time. So weeks 1 to 3 I've pushed incredibly hard on my accessories, I pushed incredibly hard on my rep work, and then this week 4 I'm pulling everything back. So my accessory day on Monday I went just very comfortable, literally like RP 5 at most on everything. I took out any unnecessary stuff, so basically just bicep curls and lateral raises the other day. And I'm just seeing how much I can pull back and still get the stimulus that I need, but also kind of pull back fatigue as much as physically possible, ready for like my primary session on Saturday for squats and bench. But yeah, lots of ramble there. Basically, I am incredibly happy with how bench moved today. 112 for, it was just short of a 3 count single. I think it was like 2.5. I'm really happy with that. It wasn't that difficult either, and my setup definitely didn't feel quite right. My feet weren't quite in the right position, but I decided to just go with it because you never know what the floor's going to be like on comp day. You can't get your setup perfect every single time, especially if it's slippery carpet, which is what I'm expecting from what people have said about the new carpet. So I just went with it, and yeah, it moved incredibly well. Very happy with that. And then rep work, I did my first set of 7 at 100, and then I had to look at myself and be like, look, drop the ego. Do 95, save the energy for Saturday. So that's exactly what I did for my last 3 sets. Definitely could have done all 4 sets at 7 at 100. That they felt pretty comfortable. The last rep was a little slow, but that's kind of normal for me on rep work anyway. Like no matter what weight I'm doing, my triceps are fatigued by the time I get to 7 reps on anything. So it's going to be a little bit slower. But yeah, I'm really happy with how everything moved, and very excited to see how things go on Saturday, to be fair. But no, I'm gonna deadlift. It's really nice to be training earlier today as well. I think that's definitely helped with my mood while training and just helped me kind of focus and get in the zone a bit more. But yeah, just got deadlifts left and then a tiny bit of accessories, and then I'm gonna go and do a food shop. So yeah, let's crack on.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute, work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute, had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real, I need sunglasses, I need Advil. I like fake boobs, and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last still. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Look, pocket rocket in my pocket, please don't make me pop it. All these boys just wanna copy the style, tell them niggas stop it. Whoa, whoa, this my destiny, feeling like Latoya, like it found me my Beyonce, and she shotgun in the cockpit. Grinding with the team, making C notes. In my pocket still full of green, call it CeeLo. Alligator watch on me, Tim Tebow, and these haters love to watch me like Tebow. Look, I don't take L's, I just learn a lesson. Before I count the M's, always count my blessings. Look, I'm too short, never second guessing. Got some money, put up for the rain, so I'm never stressing.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down.
Okay, so just got home. I've done the food shop and everything on my way home, so it's just gone 9. I'm home like an hour and a half earlier than normal, and I've done the food shop on the way home, so very happy with how I got things done today. I can't believe the session I've just had. So the plan for deadlifts was 170 for 3 sets of 3. And I was kind of happy with that because I've only ever hit 170 for a triple, I think twice in the past, and both times they have been true RP10. The last rep would not have passed in comp level of grind. So, you know, when I first wrote this block, I was like, right, if I can do 170 for 3x3, I'll be happy. Then next block, I'll potentially try to do it for 4s. I'm not entirely sure yet, but that was kind of my mindset and my thinking behind it. But at some point during the session, I think it was after squats went really well, I had some intrusive thoughts, but not the bad kind. I suddenly was literally out of nowhere in the back of my mind. I was like, I wonder if I'll be able to deadlift 180 for 3 today. And I was like, well, if 170 for 3 moves well, I'll do 175. And if that moves well, I'll do 180. And I didn't actually expect it to happen, because then just before I deadlifted, like when I finished my last warm-up, I went in for a wee quickly, and I literally was sat there thinking to myself, I was like, oh, I'm going to be disappointed now if I don't do more than 170. Then I was like, no, be realistic. Deadlifts terrify you still. As much as you pretend they don't, they do. And 170 for 3x3 is massive PB still. But no, I did 170 for 3. And it felt a bit heavy, but it also felt fine. It was a 20 kilo jump from 150 to 170, so it was bound to feel a bit heavy just because of the shock to the system from the big jump. But it moved really well. So I was like, right, I'll add 5 kilos. I won't feel 5 kilos, it's fine. The first rep felt incredible. The next 2 were a little bit harder, but again, was fine. So I was like, I'm going to have to load it. Before I even watched it back, I was like, I'm going to have to load it. And I was so confident, and I never have this confidence for deadlifts, but I did today. And I'm so, so happy. Like, that could not have gone better. 180 for a triple, after a triple at 170 and 175. That's a 10 kilo triple PB, and I fully locked it out. And also made it harder for myself, because I basically said to myself before I did it, I was like, look, even if you have to reset every rep, it's fine. Just get it done. 3 reps, you can do it. And I like, because I was nervous, I did reset after my first rep. So I did the first rep and I just stood up, went to rebrace and went again, but I couldn't get my rebrace right. I think my belt must move slightly after the first rep, because I raced from the top down for my first rep, which always feels incredible, and the belt feels really tight and secure. But then for the second and third rep, rebracing at the top, I couldn't get that pressure quite right. So it actually didn't feel as good as it would have if I just kept going from the floor, I don't think. And although the third rep of the 180 was a grind, my positioning maintained incredibly well. There was 0 pain anywhere. And I locked it out. Like, it would have passed in comp. My grip didn't fail. I did wear, as you will probably see in the video, 1 wrist strap, because my left wrist is still in a lot of pain, and deadlift seemed to make it worse just because of the angle it pulls at. So I was like, right, if I do 1 wrist wrap up incredibly tight on that one side, it might just hold things in position a bit better and stop me from making it any worse, because I really now need to focus on getting that healthy for comp. And yeah, so did that. Definitely helped having the wrist strap on. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing Q&As and stuff in these Friday videos, but for tonight, I'm going to leave it. Basically, dying for a pee. Also very overexcited from that session. So I need to just get in, I need to make dinner, I need to chill out and go to bed by like 10:30 and actually get a decent amount of sleep tonight. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. I've got some questions from Instagram. I put a Q&A box up today of some interesting stuff to talk about in next week's video. Monday's video will be up as normal, recapping Saturday's session, which I'm now incredibly excited for as well. Sorry, rambling, talking way too fast. But next Friday, I'll do some Q&A style bits as well, especially because it'll be a lighter week, so training won't be as interesting. So what I'm trying to say is, if you have any questions for me, please leave them down below and I will talk on them in next week's video on Friday. But I will also be uploading on Monday as normal, so make sure you check out that video if you have enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you Monday.
So what, this is my lifestyle. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never